If you use the term "I'm sorry," you are engaging in a process of self-deception and deception of others. Why would you want to say "I'm sorry" to somebody that you've never met before in the supermarket when they're not qualified to know how to deal with it? They're totally disinterested in whether you are sorry or not. They don't give a toss about your internal dilemmas or your emotional baggage. When you say "I'm sorry," you are signaling to the other person that you have emotional baggage that they are expected to pick up and carry, even if only briefly. Now, on the face of it, that's not really a damaging or limiting situation, is it? Simply an interaction in the supermarket. But then it starts to bleed into other activities, doesn't it? You just happen to push the wrong button on a computer and you say, "I'm sorry." You just happen to write the wrong thing on a page, "I'm sorry." You just happen to start emailing, "I'm sorry," to people. And essentially, what you're doing is creating a snowball effect, compounding the error. You're signaling to every man and his dog that you are sorry. Most people consume without subscribing. I do it myself regularly with other channels, so I understand. But if you do get an opportunity to hit the bell, or hit a like, or make a comment, or subscribe, hey, there are 4 choices, 4 ways that you can make this old man happy. But for most people, in everyday life, the times that we are truly sorry can be limited to maybe the number of fingers on your hands. The other thing that happens when you signal the idea that you are sorry is that you are now echoing an inner narrative, one of somebody who is wrapped up with emotional baggage. They are signaling to the world that they see themselves as a sorry individual. What is happening, unfortunately, is that we're using the term "I'm sorry" to describe things for which we're not sorry. We're signaling to ourselves and to the world in general that we see ourselves as emotionally incapable of accepting responsibility. You're asking other people to soothe you because you don't, deep down, believe that you are responsible for the actions. And somehow or other, somebody else is expected to make you feel better for this totally indiscriminate, out of control situation that has caused you to feel such sorrow. If we replace the term "I'm sorry" with "pardon me," you are now signaling an internal belief that you were responsible for the situation and you are accepting responsibility for that situation and you are accepting the consequences of the situation. The stark contrast is when you say "I'm sorry," you're essentially throwing an emotional dead cat on the table and expecting people to deal with it. Have a good think about how using the term "I'm sorry" without reflection is signaling things about you to the world. Not only is it signaling things about you to the world, it's signaling things about how you feel about yourself to the world. The neurowiring, the rinse and repeat habitual loops which you are running through your mind are echoed by the words you use. So if you go through your life echoing the idea that you are somehow pitiful and you feel that you are deserving of an overabundance of compassion, well, what you're doing really is signaling that you're not responsible for yourself and that emotionally you are perhaps immature or badly adapted to the rigors of the real world. And how is that going to signal your capability in romance? How is that going to be attractive to somebody who wants a steady hand on the rudder? How is that going to signal your capability in a work environment if you're apologizing all over the place? How is that going to cause people to feel that you can be a confident operator, somebody that can be relied on? It's going to signal precisely the opposite, isn't it? It's not too late for you to understand the internal narrative that you have been projecting And it's certainly not too late for you to engage in a week-long experiment whereby you stop saying, "I'm sorry," and replace it with "pardon me," and, in necessary circumstances, "I apologize." Start to accept responsibility for your actions and signal that you do so to the world in general, whether it's a stranger in the supermarket, a colleague at work, or a romantic attachment. Get back to me if this has been useful. I hope it has. And I'll leave you with my final thought, as always, which is, whatever it is you dare to do or dream, you can begin it now. And I say that without apology.